Miami Dolphins spring game starts right
Here's
now.
Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. And no return here to start. It's a fair catch, and they will set up shop at the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback from Western Kentucky by way of South Florida. It's Mike White.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Achane here, they stay on the ground. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. White looks to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a 1st down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
You want to talk about a driven player, partner. This guy is absolutely that person. He doesn't just have goals in this game. He wants to be remembered among the best to play the position, and he treats every game as an audition for that. It's a lofty goal to set for yourself, but we've seen his drive lead to some impressive games from him. Perhaps another one is in store today.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 5. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards. A run with Mostert up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here. He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
They'll run for it with Achane. And now the rookie's free. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane, 38 yards. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. So Miami coming out for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's White. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to stay in the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. White off play action. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now a stoppage, and we've got Chubb shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A play fake, now White. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Play action. Here's White. And that will be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Tua. Throw caught by Achane. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On the tackle there, Zach Sealer out of Ferris State.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. On second down, Mostert. Well, he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. And even 20 yards for Raheem Mostert. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns.
That was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Sanders on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. And out come the Dolphins now. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now White. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Christian Wilkins just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And this offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And here comes Raheem Mostert and the Miami offense. So the really nice long touchdown run there last drive on 4 carries. And defensively, probably some adjustments that need to be made.
Yeah, I like that. Way to break it down.
Really dynamite drop in, right? Yeah. Captain Obvious.
But you're right about it, though. And The adjustments sometimes aren't wholesale. It isn't, hey, we got to change our defenses. Maybe you just need to play your gaps better, your assignments better. You know, maybe they're just getting beat to the punch right now. But mainly the guy in the middle, the guy's got that headset in his helmet from the defensive coaches, he may be making the adjustments on the fly in order to try and slow down their run game.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Tua completing this to Waddle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Up the middle, Achane. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Lots of plays on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. One more time with Mostert. And he is here. Touchdown, Miami. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane, 75 yards. And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive. Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the 2nd time. Good returns in this first half, really.
Yeah, good returns for his team. Really good returns for a guy. You know where I'm
fantasy.
Darn right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now, and they have a high expectation that what they've seen already will continue.
You talk about fantasy a lot, but you don't. Why don't you just play? You don't.
I'm not good enough to play in a fantasy game. I enjoy watching
you do it. You're an expert.
I mean, you were a champ last year. Keep it up.
5th place.
Okay. Well, that's a champ in my book.
Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for him because you don't want to go on autopilot to it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Christian Wilkins. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Running right, here's Achane. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 96 yards rushing for him now to this point. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Running left, Achane. Shoves him aside. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run, Achane. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now White. Touchdown, Dolphins. Sam Wilson, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are back within a score. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they have no answer for that right there.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And here comes Raheem Mostert in the Miami offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now 3rd down and very long. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Let's take it inside his own 40. Devon Achane of the offense ready to go once again. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
Guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it?
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now White lost the football. And one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. Flush to his right. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami.
That's the end of the first half here in the Miami Dolphins spring game. Score, Team Teal 21, Team Orange 14. It was a good game to start this one. Devon A-Chain, the big rushing touchdown. Just like Raheem Mostert got all 3 touchdowns for the Teal team.
2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters.
So, and then about a few plays later, Cedric Wilson with the touchdown.
Final adjustments before the second half.
A-Chain scored one for us too.
And rejoin Brandon.
The Teal team leads 21-14. And we'll send you back out for the start of the second half right now.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. They set up the screen. A-Chain has it. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on third and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he get the first down.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
Being chased out left. And going deep for Hill. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 56 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Here's Mostert, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Going to the air, Tagovailoa, buying time to his left. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
Sanders' kick is good, and the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. And they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Jalen Phillips in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. So now here come the Dolphins. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game of the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. From the 43, here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is caught. Touchdown! Raheem Mostert, 43 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. On second down, a run by Achane. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 91 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
He'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Jerome Baker there on the tackle. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4.
All right, come on.
2nd and 6. Running the counter with Mostert. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field.
And shut it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
The first down run not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Rolling to his right. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Oh, look at the juke. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early.
Ball start. Offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Throwing on 2nd and long. White. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost, and then a little bit more.
And boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle is going to leave him about a yard or so short. 4th down, here's White. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyler Croft, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Dolphins are going to recover. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. Just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And he is going to have a Miami first down, and the Dolphins are going to win the football game. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Down to an egos Tua, and that should just about do it.
That will do it. Team Teal and Tua Tagovailoa expectedly take the win, although it's a little closer than I thought it would be. 31-21 for Team Teal, our final score, as Tua leads the Teal team to the win. And this one is over. And so next, I'll decide which division to do next. But hey, the Miami Dolphins spring game is finished up. Hopefully, we are done. We are probably going to continue with a couple more today, and then we'll do more tomorrow. So I'll see you guys later. Have a great night. I hope you enjoyed today's spring game.